Your childhood may be controlling your money more than you think. What if I told you that some of your biggest financial decisions today were made before you even earned your first paycheck, before you started your career, before you opened your first bank account, before you ever invested a single dollar? The way you spend, save, invest, and even think about wealth may have been shaped during moments you barely remember. A conversation you overheard, a financial struggle you witnessed, a belief your parents repeated, a moment when money became connected with fear, shame, or security. And the most surprising part, you may not even realize is happening. Today we're performing an autopsy on one of the most powerful forces behind financial behavior: your childhood money programming. Because many people spend their entire adult lives trying to fix financial problems while ignoring the beliefs that created those problems in the first place. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your relationship with money may have started long before you earned your first income, and how to recognize the invisible patterns controlling your financial decisions. Before we begin, I want you to answer one question in the comments. What is one thing your parents or family taught you about money that you still remember today? It could be positive, it could be negative. Share it below. You might discover that many people carry the same financial beliefs without realizing where they came from. Let's begin with the first piece of evidence. Money beliefs are usually learned before they are questioned. When you're young, you don't analyze your environment, you absorb it. A child watching their parents constantly argue about bills may not think, my parents are experiencing financial pressure. They may simply conclude, money creates stress. A child watching people avoid conversations about money may learn, money is something we don't talk about. A child growing up hearing, rich people are greedy, may unconsciously develop a belief that becoming wealthy is morally wrong. These ideas don't disappear when you become an adult. They often follow you into your financial life. The problem is that invisible beliefs create visible results. You may say you want wealth, but if part of you believes wealth is dangerous, selfish, or impossible, your behavior may constantly fight against your goals. Here's something to think about. Have you ever noticed yourself doing something with money that you promised you wouldn't repeat? Maybe spending like your parents did. Maybe avoiding money conversations. Maybe fearing financial risks. If yes, type pattern in the comments. Recognizing the pattern is the first step toward changing it. Now let's examine another piece of evidence. Your childhood may have created your financial identity. Every person develops a story about who they are. Some people grow up believing, I'm good with money. I know how to build things. I can figure things out. Others grow up believing money is always difficult. I'll never have enough. People like me don't become wealthy. The dangerous thing about identity is that your brain tries to keep your actions consistent with who you believe you are. If someone sees themselves as bad with money, they may unconsciously make decisions that prove it. They overspend, avoid planning, ignore opportunities. Then they say, see, I knew I wasn't good with money. The belief creates the behavior. The behavior reinforces the belief. And the cycle continues. Psychologists call this a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your expectations influence your actions. Your actions influence your results. Your results then appear to confirm your original belief. But here's the good news. A belief learned in childhood can be replaced in adulthood. You are not required to continue a financial story you never chose. Now let's investigate another hidden influence. The emotional meaning you attach to money. Money is not just numbers. To different people, money represents different things. For some people, money represents freedom. For others, money represents fear. For some, money represents success. For others, money represents conflict. Imagine two people receive the same unexpected bonus. The first things, great, I can invest this and grow my future. The second things, I need to spend this before something happens. Same amount, same opportunity, different emotional programming. The difference isn't mathematics, it's psychology. Money decisions are rarely purely logical. They are emotional decisions disguised as logical ones. Pause for a moment. When you receive unexpected money, what is your first instinct? Save it, spend it, help someone, invest it. Be honest in the comments. Your first reaction reveals a lot about your relationship with money. Now let's talk about something many people overlook. Financial trauma. You don't need to experience extreme poverty to develop unhealthy money patterns. Sometimes small repeated experiences shape your beliefs. Maybe you grew up hearing arguments about bills. Maybe you watched someone lose everything. Maybe money was used as a source of control. Maybe you were taught that financial success was only for certain types of people. Over time, your brain creates protective patterns. The problem, a pattern that protected you as a child may limit you as an adult. Avoiding money conversations might have helped you escape stress when you were younger. But as an adult, it can prevent you from building financial confidence. Fear may have protected you from mistakes, but it can also prevent you from taking smart opportunities. The same survival mechanism can become a financial limitation. Here's another question. What is one money fear you have that you don't think you learned from yourself? Share it below. Someone else's answer may help you recognize your own hidden pattern. Now let's perform another part of the financial autopsy. The difference between inherited beliefs and chosen beliefs. Many people inherit financial beliefs the same way they inherit traditions. They never stop to ask, is this actually true? Does this belief help me? Does this move me closer to the future I want? Imagine someone inherits a broken map. They follow it perfectly. They work hard. They stay committed. But the map keeps leading them in the wrong direction. The problem isn't effort. The problem is the information guiding the effort. Financial beliefs work the same way. You can work incredibly hard while following a financial map that leads nowhere. That's why awareness is so powerful. You cannot change what you cannot see. Let's perform the final diagnosis. Two people can earn the same income, have the same opportunities, live in the same environment, yet create completely different financial futures. Why? Because they are operating from different internal beliefs. One person sees money as a tool. The other sees money as a threat. One sees opportunities. The other sees danger. One believes they can learn. The other believes their situation is permanent. The difference begins in the mind. And that is the hidden connection between childhood and wealth. Your past may influence your financial behavior, but it does not have to control your financial future. The goal isn't to blame your parents. The goal isn't to blame your childhood. The goal is awareness. Because once you identify the programming, you finally have the power to rewrite it. If there's one lesson from today's financial autopsy, is this: you may have inherited your first beliefs about money, but you get to choose the beliefs that build your future. Before we close today's case, I want to leave you with one question. What is one money belief you learned as a child that you are now choosing to question or change? Take a moment, think deeply, then share your answer in the comments. Because sometimes the biggest financial breakthrough doesn't begin with earning more money. It begins with discovering the invisible beliefs that have been controlling your decisions all along. And if today's psychological autopsy helped you understand your relationship with money on a deeper level, subscribe to the Wealth Pathologist. Because in the next case study, we are going to uncover another hidden force controlling financial behavior, why some people finally make more money but still stay broke. The answer is not what most people expect.